Now that Sasuke has lost his Rinnegan, which was his biggest asset, his biggest source of power, is there no other way for him to awaken or maybe get another Rinnegan, like the Rinnegan of the legendary Madara Uchiha? After all, of all the people Sasuke had a good blood and hereditary compatibility with besides his parents and his brother Itachi Uchiha, Madara is the only one who has the Rinnegan, so this could be the way out for Sasuke, of course if it still exists, the possibility of regaining those coveted eyes. To answer the first question, which is about Sasuke being able to use Madara's Rinnegan, first we have to know where those eyes are, right? After Madara Uchiha's death at the end of the Fourth Great Ninja War, a question that was left in the air is, where did Madara Uchiha's body go? Well, for me there is only one answer to that. Madara's body was hidden in Konoha to be studied and maybe used in the future. Geez, Aloy, but what makes you think Madara's real body is in Konoha? And even if he is there, hasn't he already deteriorated due to time? After all, it's been more than 15 years since the end of the Fourth Great Shinobi World War, isn't it? Yes, it's true, a lot of time has passed, but I still believe that Madara's body is intact in Konoha, and the argument for believing this is as follows. In the past, in Madara's first downfall after his fight with Hashirama, Tobirama Senju kept Madara's body to study his body, not just because it was Madara's body itself. Of course, knowing the powers in depth the greatest Uchiha of all times was important. But for Tobirama, discovering the secrets of the Sharingan and why this power altered the Uchiha's personality so much was even more important. It's no wonder that Tobirama knew more about the Uchihas, their personalities, lifestyles, and their powers than the members of the Uchiha themselves. Uchiha clan. This was Hagoromo's will. When he wrote that text on the stone, his idea was to let the next generations be alert about the danger that the Sharingan brought. But Hagoromo was a bit unkind to Indra. Instead of trying to understand the sun, he simply left him aside, and with that Black Zetsu managed to manipulate Indra and his entire lineage until he reached Madara. Zetsu altered the stone where Hagoromo wrote the text about the Sharingan and its problems. With that, Indra's bloodline sank even further into darkness. Tobirama and Hagoromo were right. The Sharingan and its evolution, Manjikyu Sharingan, are linked to the feelings of their clan individuals, but they rise because of Uchiha's non-hatred and sadness, in addition to increasing a lot because of this hatred is much greater and just understood to of Tobirama, and that's why he always had concerns about the Uchihas. And like here before, Tobirama only discovered all this after years of studying Madara's body that he hid in Konoha. That is, guys, Tobirama knew that Madara's body was like a mountain of treasures. His DNA, his Sharingan, his jutsus, everything can be studied using your body, which is why many ninjas are about to die by fire, so that other villages will never find your body and steal the village's secrets. What do I mean by all this? It's just that if Tobirama embalmed Madara's body, so he wouldn't rot with time, and so he could study him as much as necessary, I have no doubt that the same thing has happened after Madara's second death, remembering that Kakashi became Hokage at that time, and Kakashi is one of the smartest ninjas in history, so I believe he did the same as Tobirama, maybe not to study Madara's body, but to prevent someone from stealing it, and of course, keep the Rinnegan, for those eyes are very powerful and maybe of some use in the future, and as we see, that time has come. So yes folks, I believe Madara's eyes, or his entire body, are on Konoha somewhere, and giving those eyes to Sasuke could make him even stronger than he was previously. I think so because the same goes for the Manjikyu Sharingan. Sasuke was powerful with his eyes, but when he used his brothers he became even more powerful. He controlled Amaterasu in a way that Itachi never could. Now think with me, if Sasuke could use Madara's Rinnegan, can you imagine how much power he would have? In addition to his own powers, he would still have the powers of Madara's Rinnegan that was bathed in the power of the Six Paths Senjutsu. Just remember how Kakashi became extremely powerful, and how his Susanoo was way ahead of Sasuke's own power with Rinnegan. And that's what we're talking about, the Manjikyu Sharingan with Six Paths Sage Chakra. Imagine a Rinnegan with Six Paths Sage Chakra? Okay Aloy, but what about the connection? You still haven't explained how Sasuke would sync up with Madara's Rinnegan. First he wouldn't even need to sync. We saw that Nagato, who wasn't even an Uchiha, controlled the Rinnegan, and Sasuke was already a Rinnegan user, so even if Madara's eyes weren't compatible with him that wouldn't be a big problem. But the point is, yes, Madara and Sasuke are compatible. Madara himself said that Sasuke's Rinnegan would work on him because they probably have a bigger bond than the Sanguine, and as I said, they actually had a very strong bond, as they were both the reincarnation of Indra Otsutsuki, so much that they both awakened in the same form, Sharingan's Chokutomo. So yes folks, if Sasuke finds Madara's Rinnegan, he can safely use it.